Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Brian C. Scott Chastain Scott here. So long of a name, but I'm glad to have my name. I'm glad that I was able to be a part of the things that I'm a part of now. Definitely would probably be in a different place, in a different situation, or maybe not even here if I hadn't gone through some of the things that I went through, and if some of the doors didn't open that did open, and some of the doors closed that did close. I was adopted. Um, I was in foster homes before I was adopted. I was abused. I am more way than just one way of being abused, more way than just being yelled at, more ways than just being hit. Um, I've been through a lot of things. My birth mom was on drugs, and I was born in a prison, um, and I was born with drugs in my system. So things weren't always easy for me. Things aren't always easy for me. Just because I'm doing things or certain things doesn't mean that some things or certain things don't affect me or don't bother me, even if I don't react. And if I do react, yeah, trigger something, or you're having a reason for me to do something. But I'd rather be positive. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be fake. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm something that I'm not. I'm more quiet than I am vocal. Um, Unless I'm really, really comfortable, then I might be a lot more vocal than what I am, or than what you more vocal than what you see. If I'm around a bunch of people, I want to listen, and I want to learn, and I want to see and hear what's going on about the people around me. I'm not interested in talking or speaking about myself um, when I'm in an environment where I'm not the subject, or it's not, or I'm not the, or I'm just a guest. If I'm just a guest, I'm just a guest. I'm not trying to put myself out there for some reason, or to take shine, take someone else's shine, or take someone else's moment. There's people that are doing more things than me, and that have gone through more things than me, and should have the opportunity to do things or to speak more than I would speak. And I'd rather listen than speak, because you find out a lot more. You learn, not just find out, but you learn a lot more things than if you were just the one doing all the talking. You learn what somebody's about when they talk. You learn what somebody's about when they act or react certain ways, or what they react about, whether it's something simple, whether it's something not so simple, or whether it's something dumb or not dumb. If you think it's a dumb, okay, this person reacts over dumb stuff. If you think it's not dumb, okay, this person reacts over stuff that's legitimate things to react about. Or this thing person handles things or situations that I would like to handle things and situations. Sometimes I wish I could be uh not negative, but that I can react, just do things without thinking about it first. Like, I'd rather think about the things that I do first. And uh, sometimes we do things without thinking about it or reacting, but um, the things that I do are nothing comparable to what would actually be considered something bad, or something that someone would see you in a negative type of way. Um, the most negative thing about me, or that people say about me, is that I'm quiet. Because I'm quiet, people think I'm cocky, or that I'm trying to be cocky, when I just rather listen. I'd rather listen. I'm trying to take in more than I put out in some type of way. I want to I can't learn things if I'm not listening, if I'm not paying attention. And if you're talking, I give you the respect to listen to you while you talk. And because sometimes I don't even get the respect when I'm talking for someone to listen. So I know what it's like to not be heard or someone not want to hear what you have to say or why you're even there. I would rather let you say everything you want to say or everything that you need to say. And then if I have something to add to it or if I have something to say about it, then I'll say it. But I'm not going to put you down about it. I'm not going to um, question your intentions unless you're in a unless it's something about something I really, 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 really disagree with. Like I have to really strongly disagree with what you're saying for you to get me angry, or for you to get me to speak differently, speak in a way that's not really me. That's not the way that I speak or the way I conduct myself or the way I compose myself. Like you can talk all the crap you want, and okay, this was all right. Like ask a lot of the people that know me, a lot of the friends that know me, if you ever meet them, if you ever see them, and if you happen to know the people that know me, or if you happen to know me, this is probably the most speaking that you've ever heard from me. Some people have never seen me project myself like this because um, I didn't put myself in a position to be like this or to do this. I want to, if I'm around somebody, I want to learn about that. I want to learn. I want to be able to do things, um, take bits and pieces from everybody and not just take bits and pieces from everybody, but to vibe with everybody, to collab with everybody, like not collab music wise, but um, just feeling wise, just understanding wise, just seeing where you're coming from. Um, if you're talking to me, you have my respect. Everybody has my respect unless you do something that loses my respect. But even then, I'm still going to be respectful. You're still going to get a respectful version of me. And I don't think that's ever going to change. And I don't plan it to ever change, even if things become different, even if things are different. Um, I have no intention to put out negativity to bring anybody down. I'd rather lift people up or let them at least continue to be the way they are, um, or without trying to change the way they are. If you're not willing to change for yourself, what good is anybody else saying, hey, you try this different when you're not going to try something different? Any feedback, any advice, any opinions, I listen to it. And either I take something from it or I don't take something from it. But at least I'm going to take a piece, I'm going to use what you say or what you tell me in another type of way or in something else that's might not necessarily be the situation that you're giving advice for or giving advice in. And yeah, I think that's it for that part for my introduction. But as the title of the video says, hobbies over money. Um, I'm doing things that are my hobbies. Before, when I was in the military, um, I had a lot of different hobbies. Like there was crazy work hours. There was many sleepless days. There was days when I was never home. There was days when I was gone months at a time and months at a time, and I was in different countries. I was there in different places, but I still had a job to do, and I was still doing that job. And if I didn't have the hobbies that I had while in that job, I probably will be in a bad place, an even more bad place than what I am now. Um, not necessarily in a bad place, but just speaking in general, just my overall health, my um, overall position as a positive person because I don't really project the positivity that I feel inside. I don't really project myself or my voice how sometimes I want to be able to project my voice or how I feel because sometimes I just don't do it at all. I don't project anything at all because it's not going to add or take away from the situation. It's just going to leave things the way they are. And I'd rather leave things on a good note or a note where, hey, he was nodding along, he nodded along, or he agreed with some things, or just he was cool, or he just chilled. Like, I just want to chill. If we're hanging out, I'm just trying to chill. I'm not trying to do crazy stuff or make you do crazy stuff just so you can be around me. We things, the relationship, friendship, people to people, human to human, things are a two-way street. You give and you take. So if you're only doing one thing, if you're only giving, um, people are just going to continue taking. And I'm more than happy giving more than I take. And I try and set myself up to where I'm giving more than I take. Sometimes I don't take anything and I just give things out. Or sometimes you're in a position where you're forced to take, or you're um, set up to take something from someone else. And that's a part of life. But if you're doing things for money, just for money, you're going to end up in this situation where you're either giving or you're taking way more than you should be. If you're doing things because you enjoy doing it, there's going to be equal giving and taking. It's not going to be, well, sometimes it's going to be one more than the other, but if you're doing it just for money, you're just trying to take. I want to, I'm doing this good thing because at the end it's going to give me a lot of money. Um, and I'm not trying to do things for money because money can go away, money can disappear, people can take your money, people will target you because of your money or what you have. And I'd rather learn things and make things my hobby, do things on the side that I enjoy doing because if I end up with nothing at the end of the day, I'm still going to be happy because I'm still going to be able to do the things that I enjoy doing. Um, being like being in the military, that wasn't, you don't really get a lot of money. Oh, it makes some people make it sound like you get lot of money, but for the hours you put in, for the time that you put in, for the sacrifices that you make, you're really not. I get paid more working right now for free, flipping desks and chairs, selling them um, for more price than what I did before and what I got them for, and I'm making more money than what I did in the military. So it's not just because people word things certain ways doesn't mean that things really are a certain way or the way that you think it. So if you do things that you enjoy doing, would be a hobby. You could consider it being a hobby. Like, I enjoy doing this when I have time, or when I don't have as much time, I'll still do it. Or if they gave me all the time, these are the things that I would do with all my free time because those are things that I want to do. Whereas if you're just doing things for money, it's like, oh, I have to do this. I have to get this done. I have to do this. And you're not always going to have that opportunity or have the ability or to make things the way you want to make them. So keep going after things that you enjoy doing. Keep going after your goals and your dreams. The goal for me is not to be a millionaire, it's to be able to do a million different things. I want to try doing a million different things. There's so many things that I want to do. There's so many things that I haven't done yet. I've been to Dubai, I've been to Turkey, I've been to Spain, I've been to Italy, um, and I've been a lot of other places. And those were I wasn't there as myself or representing myself. I had to act a certain way. I had to be a certain way because of the military. It wasn't, I couldn't enjoy it like how I want to enjoy it. I saw some things that I'm going to go back and do and actually go and see and bring my family with me to go and see. But it's not going to happen right away. It's not going to happen the way I want it. It might not even happen at all, but it's something that is in my plans for the future to be able to take my wife and my children and my mom to go out and travel the world. We're going to go and travel a lot of places, but there's things that need to be done first before I can do that. And of course, you need a job, you need money, and I'm not just worried about going out and traveling. I'm not just worried about making money. I'm also worried about making sure my family's set up for success, make sure that they're getting all the skills and they're learning all the things that they need to be learning so that when the time comes, making sure we're all set up for opportunities that are going to come to us later on down the road. Not really worried about the money making opportunities because you can make money off of anything these days, and I'm making money off of things that I'm picking up for free. So doing videos or making music or posting on Instagram or posting on Facebook, that's not making me any money. I'm doing those things for me. Um, my job is what's making me money, in part driving a forklift, uh, driving, just material handling, working in warehouses, working part-time jobs, working at a gas station, working at a store, stocking shelves, being a busboy, being the bottom rung of an organization or of a place is more than sufficient for me because I have other things that I'm doing and I'm not the military. I did a lot of things in the military. I put in a lot of time on things in the military, and the money result wasn't there. That didn't matter. Like at the end of the day, I still had a job. I still had some place next to go to until I decided that, until I served my time and was like, okay, it's time for me to go. I've had enough of this. This wasn't about the money. That was one of the things that people were talking about me. Oh, how are you going to make this money? Oh, how are you going to, you're not going to make the same amount of money that you made in the military. Like, I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about my family. I want to spend time with my family. I had a special needs child. He passed away while I was in the military. And my daughter, uh, there was a possibility that she could have special needs, And so just things going on at home, I wasn't able to deal with the way that I'm able to deal with or handle now. Like I want to have a family. I want to be and be able to do things with my family and do things for my family. Which don't get me wrong, the military was that for me. Like I was able to make sure that we had our own place and uh, we could have food on the table and bills were getting paid, but I wasn't home. So there was the part that I was wanting was being able to be with family. Or you can move your family with you, move my family with you, but they can't really be with you at all times. There was months and months where we couldn't even talk at all. Um, or even just a conversation, having the time for a full conversation or a legitimate conversation instead of like, hey, did this get done? Hey, this needs to get done. Hey, this happened or this didn't happen. What's next? Those aren't always the best calls, and it's not easy to think about what's going on back home when you're out uh, doing things that are for the country or for to protect the country or to protect that are going to affect the people that you're out there serving with. Um, it's just life is crazy, life is tough, and if you're just doing it for money, life is going to be a lot tougher, a lot harder. Whereas if you do things where you're enjoying, you have set aside time every day to do things that you enjoy every day instead of just that one thing, main thing that your work or your job shouldn't be the highlight of your day. Like the highlight of my day for being in when I was in the military, the highlight was okay, I need to do the best that I can do. I need to do things right so I can make it home to my family, so I can be home with my family because that is what's important to me. I want to be able to spend time with my family. I want to be able to spend times on things that I enjoy doing. Like I enjoy working on cars. And then there was a point where I didn't enjoy working on cars because um, it started to, like, I started to do things for money wise, but um, the money part was the part that I was having a hard time with. I always undercharged what I should charge. Like I did brake jobs for 30, $40. You buy the stuff, I'll take the time and I'll do it for you. And that was a easy $30, $40 over something. Whereas I would have never made any of that money. Whereas shops charge 100, 200, or even triple, double, triple what I pay to do that. Oil change, you just buy the stuff and I'll change the oil for free. It wasn't about the money, but the people that were coming to me were making it more difficult on me, making it harder on me because it was forcing it to, oh, can you do this? I'll give you this much money. And then when it was time to give the money, it was like, well, I don't have this much money. I can actually do this, or I can't really afford that. I just want it. People keeping their word was the problem. When you're doing business, there's a difference between business and friendship. There's a difference between business and a hobby. Um, you can turn your hobby into a business, but it's harder to turn your business into a hobby. Because at the end of the day, a business has to make money. A business is trying to make money, whereas a hobby, you're just trying to do things you enjoy doing and doing things that are going to benefit you as far as your own happiness, your own goals and your own dreams. I could have been a mechanic, but like going to the schooling, doing the things for school, and the teachers at the school are there for money and they're doing things so they can get a paycheck. Not everybody enjoys what they're doing. It's not, you don't always learn, people don't always teach the way that they themselves want to be taught. They just want to teach so the way that's going to make them money. Um, yeah, hobbies, something you do on your free time. Money, something you do as a business or for a business and for a gain. You're trying to gain something else, whereas a hobby, you're just trying to keep something the same in a way, if that makes sense. You're trying to keep things the same. You want things to stay the same. Like things can get better. If it gets better, awesome. Things can get worse. If it gets worse, awesome. It's still gonna, that's something you can just throw it to the side and say, all right, well, I'll come back to that when I have more time or when I'm able to do it. Whereas you have to do it for money, you're gonna have to put in more effort and more work than as if you were to do it for do things as a hobby. Um, your goals and dreams should include your hobbies, not just things that are gonna make you money. The money will, is always able to be made, but going after your goals and dreams is not something that's always easy to do or always easy to get done. Um, there's so many different ways of doing things or different ways of going about things, and you should do things that make you feel better, that make you actually enjoy what you're doing. Um, and just always be willing to try something new if you can. Try something a little different if you can, just to find something, just to expand your mind, expand your own knowledge, your own goals, because who knows, you might come across, you might try doing something different, like working on a car, changing the oil. Um, Pretty simple to change the oil, but yeah, people don't know how to do it. People would rather pay someone to do it for them because sometimes you just don't have the time or you don't have the tools or you don't have everything necessary, and it becomes more of a hassle than a thing you enjoy to make sure you have all this stuff or to make sure you take the correct steps. Whereas you can go to someone and pay for someone to do it correctly, and guess what? They might not even do it correctly, or they might not even do it the right way that they should do it because they're not worried about the effects. They're not really about their job like that. If you're about your job like that, you're gonna make sure everything stays the same. You're gonna make sure things are gonna be better, and if not, at least the same as it came in. For a hobby, I want to try and make things. For my hobbies, I want to make things either stay the same or to get better, or even a little bit to get worse because then it's like, okay, well, there's something that else that I need to learn. There's something else that I need to try. And if you have money, you're just doing. Whereas a hobby, you're learning, enjoying, experiencing, trying. Um, yeah, that's my video. If you watched this long, thank you. Any comments, advice, tips, anything you could use or take, let me know. And definitely trying to get better at making videos. This is doing this is a hobby for me. I don't always speak. I don't always talk. Um, Especially in environments like this where I'm just in front of the camera talking to anybody who might happen to click on this or who follow me and click on it and watch it. And I think you can see that I'm just progressing little by little. I'm making changes each day, little by little. I'm doing things differently, little by little. Um, I'm not trying to go over what I can do. I'm not trying to go above and beyond. I want to just be me and do things the way that feel right to me and feel good to me and feel better for me. And I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better at doing this, making videos, speaking, making music, working on cars, being a family person, being a husband, being a father, being a son. Um, there's so many things that's going on, not just in my life, but in the world. So if we all do things that we enjoy and where makes us happier, the world is going to be a happier place because there's going to be more people doing things because they enjoy doing it, not because they're making money off of it or because they have to. They're doing it because they want to. Everything you're doing is a choice. You're choosing to go to that job. You're choosing to settle for that type of money or whatever money you're making. Um, Doing the same thing. I was in the military. I'm choosing to work at a warehouse. I'm choosing these minimum wage jobs because those are the ones that are actually hiring me, actually want me, because they know, oh, military, you're you can pay attention to detail. Uh, you have that drive, or you had to have that drive at one point, and they want to see that at the job that you're at the place that you're at, and more bodies that they can get in, the more work that's gonna get done. Um, so yeah, in this video right here, and I'm gonna go start working on one of my other hobbies, one of my other ideas, one of my other things that I enjoy doing. So I hope you guys enjoy what you're doing and enjoy the things that you do. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.